Welcome back to another episode of Cupid's Arrow. I'm trying to make it entertaining by not doing much editing. Thanks for watching. I hate you, Stream Elements. Okay. So, I get asked relationship advice plenty of times because, well, people find out that I've been in a relationship for almost 11 years now. So, they ask for dating advice, relationship advice, just whatever. But try to keep in mind, I'm not licensed to be any sort of counselor or anything. I I'm just I'm just a chick on the internet. Take it with a grain of salt. This is for entertainment purposes. If it helps you out, cool, but it's not meant to be life-saving advice or anything. Let's just jump into some Teledim questions. Those are always fun. Okay, let's like the video on Facebook. Why are you trolling them, Sushi? I don't even stream to I don't even use Facebook. Okay, let's jump into the actual questions. Have you ever been in love? Yeah, with my wife. For those that don't know, I have a wife of 11 years this August. So, I mean, at the very least, 10 years. What do you do when you fear guys won't like you? Fake it till you make it. Like, I didn't start off being a, I didn't start off being the super confident Giga Stacy I am today. Oh shit, no, that was just you hide the insecurities and you speak like you believe you be there. And over time, can you stop VR? No, no, show me the screen. You can basically I gaslit myself into confidence and it slowly worked. I would make self-affirming jokes like drop something and catch it immediately, it doesn't hit the ground, and call myself a shining golden god. Oh crap. Chat, you've disappeared. My questions have disappeared. I I can't use the internet with this. Oh shit. I should have switched over to what's it? I should have switched over to that internet browser Andreas had recommended. Okay, it's going to be a little awkward, but we're going to roll with it. Not a licensed counselor, and your game is now 11 plus, 10 plus years out of date, according to Christopher Titus. Well, to be fair, I'm still within the dating pool. We're an open relationship, and I like to meet people. Do you still have a tab open? The questions like you had with, like you had to with YouTube chat? Yeah, well, when I'm normally just recording my stuff, I'm recording it while playing VRChat, so I'm seeing the world around me the way you would in VRChat, but there's a floating window. Elbow, really? But there's a floating window in world for I gotta relaunch that, don't I? For the chat, which shows me both YouTube and Twitch chat, as well as I have the internet browser open, so I can actually read what I'm looking at on the internet in VRChat. But it crashed. Perhaps I should use a different toolkit. Perhaps I should also use a different internet browser. I'm using Microsoft Edge. It's not the best. It's uh it's better. The problem with like I when I switch into my desktop mode, I still have my tracking, but my hand gestures, those don't change, and that also means my facial expression doesn't change. I also can't see you guys at all. That's not actually that different from regular VTubing streaming. Elbow track and make you look more flexible. Fair. God, this is all going in the video. Is it a meet and greet if it's a furry orgy? Yes. Have you not been? You should go. They're kind of fun. I might just cut it all out. I don't know. We'll see. What? I already talked about what you do when I fear guys won't like me. Any advice on getting out? Or, hey, Briley, any advice getting. I'm gonna just start fresh and then we're just going to hard cut? Maybe. Hey, Briley, any question? Fuck. This is what it's like when I record video essays, by the way. Hey, Briley, any advice on getting more social and coming out of my shell? Actually, yeah, I would kind of recommend VRChat a little bit. It it can help you develop those social skills of interacting with people, walking up to people, talking to people, without actually having to leave your home and be face to face with the person, especially in this scary world where you'd rather be face to face with the bear. I love that that discourse is still going on. It's fucking. Have you ever tried to fix a relationship that just keeps breaking? Yeah, I have. I'm not going to go into details regarding it. It was never made public, and I'm not about to be the one to make it public. But we were pretty close. Just repeated patterns kind of thing. I personally believe it is important to give people chances to change. I believe people can change. I kind of think I have to. I'm a leftist. I can close some of these tabs. At least I think it should be a core leftist to believe that people can change, rehabilitation. Anti-sociability is bad on Discord, though you need to talk in text and VC. That, yeah, like there are people who get anxiety just putting text out there. People who get anxiety jumping into voice chats. There will naturally, logical extension, people will be getting anxiety to jump into VRChat. And I can't really blame them. Got a dilemma. I'm talking to this guy and he prefers skinny chicks and I'm not that. Should I lie about it? No, you shouldn't lie about it. If you want to be serious with a partner, you don't want to start off with a lie to build foundation of your relationship. That is just setting itself up for disaster. It a small lie can be forgiven, but it can also, like Sushi says, snowballs. It can snowball really quick. And you don't want to do that when you're building a relationship. Do you have advice for someone whose partner always wants to be right? Let's see. I mean, when you correct them, or if they ever do make something or make a mistake, you gotta gently correct them and like keep their ego in check. I personally think that's a good thing to do for people you care about. I think if you really care about people, you should be critical of them. Because you want them to be their best, right? And they can't be their best if they keep making mistakes they're not aware of. My 2 cents. Okay, can I just relaunch OVR Toolkit? Because I kind of miss looking at the world in VR chat. Uh, God, please work. We're going to let it boot up a bit. I will continue with desktop view. Do you think it's fair for guys to pay for their girlfriend's birth control? I think if it is fully the girlfriend's decision, it would be cool if you chipped in. But I wouldn't necessarily call it necessary. If the boyfriend is pushing the birth control onto the girlfriend, then yeah, he should fucking pay for it. Especially if the girlfriend doesn't want to. And if she doesn't want to, she shouldn't be taking it. Hey, Nessie. Yeah, that's the adorable thing about bottoms. They can never correct me. Oh, it sounds like it's doing its thing. I need to upgrade my CPU so fucking bad. Okay, it's back up, but it's laggy as shit. Where was I? Boom. Have you ever crushed on a friend? Okay, so this is a bit of a uh tricky one for me. Cause the way birth control is also dangerous to take when you don't know the effects. Yeah, like I've heard a lot of people say it is basically just depression in a pill. But they can't get preggers, so that's why they take it. Really? Okay. I'm just not going to trust it right now. I will only have boop boop chat there, and I'll boop in and out. What was the question I just asked myself? Because I got distracted. Have you ever crushed on a friend? Right. Yeah. So I have and I haven't. Because like I don't crush on friends thinking, shit, I want to date them. Shit, I want to build a life with them. They're wife material. Wife them up. Get that riz going. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I see friends and I'm like, shit, this is a cool person. I like hanging out with them. I really hope I get to smash them. But either way, it's not going to affect the relationship in my eyes. To me, sex is just fun. And yeah, I have plenty of friends that I wanna, but I can't. Or not just can't, but like logistically it's not going to work. So like whatever. It's not like sex is the end be all end all of things. I've had plenty of it, trust me. I know, right? Fuck off stream elements. I guess I need to actually disconnect the account. I'm gonna look into it after stream. For now, we're just gonna tolerate the dicks. Okay. If your boyfriend already had 10 exes, how would you feel? Like, okay, in this hypothetical, I have a boyfriend and he has 10 exes. I don't particularly give a shit. I would be curious why so many of those relationships just didn't work out. So that way I could be aware of pitfalls going forward. But like, I literally couldn't give less of a shit about somebody's body count, how many people they've slept with, how many people they've dated. Actually, that's not entirely true. I do kind of give a shit because I'm tired of teaching virgins how to have sex. I want people who know what they're doing. I want people who know their limits so I can play within it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. Shit. Questions, where are you? If you're Oh no, I already read that one. What do you think of young women showing more skin on the street these days? My answer on telling him, I loved it. I don't it was I don't really give a shit how people are dressing, dude. I care more about uh rising profits and stagnant wages. Like, what does it really matter what people wear? Let people wear what the fuck they want, and they should not be harassed over it one way or another. I don't give a shit about their clothing. I wear a bodysuit. I'm not showing skin, but it doesn't really hide stuff. And if you really want to argue about kink clothing, technically this outfit, just saying, it, only my face skin is showing, but people like it. I say if you want to dress slutty, dress slutty. Absolutely. It's not hurting the world or anything. People are just weedies. Uh, ba, ba, ba. They want people to be more insecure about the way they look, so they're easier to control. Body shaming is gross. Some folks are just prudes. Do you think saying sorry is a sign of weakness? No, not at all. Personally, I think it's a sign of strength. If you're willing to say, I fucked up, here's the way I fucked up, that is a that is a strength. To be able to recognize the issues with yourself, to be able to correct them. I don't get why people have trouble with that. Okay, fuck. The questions keep minimizing. It's frustrating. And my nose is all stuffy. Thank you, polyps. Please go the fuck away. Uh, should people in a relationship fight over who's boss? I mean, if you want a relationship about argument, go for it. Um, let's see. Oh, right. I actually have more things to say about sorry. I will get into that next question in a little bit. What if you say sorry a little too often? Okay, this isn't in relation to my relationship with my wife. It's more of in relation to like people I've met, people I've talked with, I've befriended. I've heard sorry so many times that it carries very little weight with me. The word itself, apologizing. What gets my attention, what I like to focus on, what I want to see, even if they don't say sorry, I want to see them engage in behavior that shows they've recognized the harm they've caused and are taking steps to not do that. But a lot of people, it's hard for them to do. Okay, now I should go back to the other one. Should people in a relationship fight over who's boss? No. I mean, if you want to have that dom sub relationship, go for it. If you are two switches that love taking turns and like we're gonna smash because I'm totally into the aggressive stuff. If that works for you, it's fine. But in general, there shouldn't be one person decides everything. It should be all people involved in the relationship get an equal say. At the very least, have their voices heard. But I don't know. I guess I'm just progressive, modern woman. Think it's possible to move out of the friend zone if you really want to. I'm gonna be real, Chief. It's possible, but it's also possible to get struck by lightning on every continent in the earth in one lifetime. Will it happen? You could potentially, maybe. It's best not to. I don't know. It's best not to hold on to hope for like hanging on to the hook of someone. If you get that meaning, basically just like um, I will never date you, slam. But it opens a crack, and then they just hang on to it. But it's honestly best to just, if they don't want to date you, you should go find somebody that does. Because there's 8 billion people on the earth. Like, I've found my own audience. Everybody can. And by my own audience, I mean somebody who gets along with me, like fries and ketchup. Or chocolate cream and pies. You get it? Do you get it? Chat, do you get it? God, my arms are tiny. But yeah, like, if you're only being friends with somebody to get that relationship down the road, then I don't think you actually care about the person. I think you care about the idea of the person and, well, I get making them yours. And that's not the way I see it. Maybe that's just me being a romantic ass, but I think you should date people who you like you actually want to spend time with, not just they're hot and you want to smash, and you want to smash regularly. Don't get into a relationship for that reason. Okay, what's the next question? What should I do if I find out a good friend is stuck in a toxic relationship? Okay, so this is a rough one. I have actually been in this position recently, within the last couple years. I I could see it wasn't going to last. I could tell pretty quick. But I can't tell my friend what they could do. I had to let her make her own mistake. They gave it the best shot, and it didn't work out. I was not surprised, but I was supportive. Had she directly asked my counsel about, "Hey, what do you think about my relationship with this person?" I would have been honest. But without them coming to me first, I was not going to push my way into their relationship. I it's a rock in a hard place. It's really rough, but sometimes you just gotta let them make their own mistakes. Overall, it seemed to work out for them because like they moved on from that relationship. They've got somebody much better now. Ba, 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 ba. Do arguments in relationships always have to be bad? No, not at all. If you watch the first episode of Cupid's Arrow, you can see an argument that is kind of good. It's I'm not going to start it back up. Really don't want to start it back up. It is funny though. It is very funny. You should watch the last episode. But yeah, like little nothing arguments over something not serious. No, that's not bad. Why would that be bad? Some people, like me, enjoy the bit of conflict conversation. Not screaming at each other, not well, I mean we yell a little. But it, there's a difference. I've heard my wife scream at people. That's scary. She's never done that towards me. No matter how much I push the argument. God, I can't wait for that tracking update so the drift just goes away. And then it's just figuring out the proper calibrations. I gotta talk with the SlimeVR Discord and be like, hey, y'all wanna help me? Please? Hey Raj, how you doing? We're live on Twitch. Having a bad argument can still be good. Yeah. It's like enjoying a bad movie together. Except it's a little different. Okay, we got 10 more questions to go. What is the highest age you would date someone? For me, I'm not dating. I'm not interested in finding a new partner to date. However, I'm down to smash. The highest I would go, honestly, probably about 10 years. No, it's hard to relate to people too much older than you, and it's hard to relate to people too much younger than you. So, like, I can still sort of relate to people a bit older than me. I can. I was around older technology. I grew up less, not terribly less fortunate, but we didn't have the highest end electronics. I guess that's part of why I like cyberpunk these days, because it's all super sci-fi and like the cool kind of sci-fi and not the fucked up dystopian kind of sci-fi where everybody's like, "Rock, is this real?" The fuck was I saying? At least I'm entertaining, right? Highest age I would date somebody. Yeah, I don't smash people too much older than me or too much younger. Honestly, my limit, the rule for me, I'm not going to smash anybody younger than the movie Shrek. That's my cutoff. Older, I don't really have a barometer for that one. Let's see. Are you and your ex still friends? And why? So this is I don't think I've actually talked about this one in detail with you guys, but here we go. So I only have one ex romantic partner, and we dated in seventh grade. I think seventh grade. I was like 12, 13 at the time. And I ended up being the bitch of an ex girlfriend. I didn't know how to properly articulate myself as an aromantic. I knew I cared for her. I knew she wanted something from me that I couldn't provide. It felt wrong in a sense. So I ended up getting a friend to break up with her when I was on a camping trip for class. I regretted that one. Quit smiling, fucking Avatar. But years later, after we reconnected and I was able to properly articulate myself of like, hey, I'm romantic, and that's what led to our problem. As she was my first, I was her first. Things never got physical between us besides kissing, and she had to kiss me because my aromantic ass never fucking thought about it. So one day she just kind of pushed it, and I was like, oh, this is nice. But we reconnected as adults. We actually had a lovely, lovely afternoon when we spoke last, anyways. We got some coffee, frappuccinos at Starbucks. That was nice. We walked around the park. We reminisced. We caught up. Told each other what's been going on, and oh my god, she was aware I was a VTuber, and the first thing, the first video she saw after I was like, "Hey, remember me?" It was my second goddamn Smasher Pass video for VTubers. So that was the thing. Anyways, I mean, I am rambling a little bit, but we reconnected. It was nice. And then about 6 or so months later, because I am horrible at keeping in touch with people, I will go for like a year, and then I will talk to my best friend again. It's it's just how I is. But when we talk, it's like no time has passed. I love the guy. He's great. Anyways, 6 months ish later, I hear through the grapevine that she passed away from an undisclosed medical condition. I still don't know what caused it. I don't even know where she was buried. I didn't have any contact for her family, and it has been honestly, it has been one of the driving forces of why I've been trying to reach out to people more. Try to be a little more regular. The people I care about, I'm trying to be a little more present in their lives. But yeah, I was friends. I did. I would like to think I became friends with my ex. Okay, tracking, please stop. Okay, that's going to have to get cut out, the tracking a little bit. But like, holy shit, I don't even have to recalibrate VRChat. That's awesome. Sorry to bring the mood down, but I wanted to be honest. I try not to give too much personal details, but I do like sharing my life experience with you guys, the good, the bad. Call it a little parasocial on my end. Um, do you think apologies always fix things? No. No. Like apo- as I guess I should didn't really need to include both these apology questions, but to reiterate, apology itself does not fix things. It's putting a band-aid on a wound, but it's not applying any antiseptic or yeah. I don't know, cleaning shit. It's not cleaning the wound. The cleaning the wound is showing behaviors that you've changed. Apologizing is just the band-aid. And to me, I'm not going to let stuff I don't care about the band-aid itself as long as the infection doesn't grow. I think that's a pretty decent way to put it. God, quit minimizing, please. Uh Okay, there it is. My boyfriend is going vegan all of the sudden. Think it's bad if I leave. Okay. So if personally I think if you're going to leave somebody just because they're going vegan, that's kind of a dick move. However, if your partner, in this case your boyfriend, is going vegan and they're just doing it for them. They're not going to push you into doing it. They're not going to make you they're not going to make you do it. It's just their personal choice for health reasons or cuz they feel bad about the animals. God, the train just left the station. Let's see. How was I saying? Yeah, if it's just because he's vegan and you leave, that's dick move. If he's vegan and yeah, he's not pushing it, you leave. That's dick move. If he is going vegan and he is pushing it onto you, then I would think it's totally fair to be like, "Hey, this is not what I want for my life. This is not what I want for my relationship. I think we need different paths." It's different if you live with them. Yeah, it's very different if you live with them. And yeah, it's extremely vague. But I think I provided uh I think I mentioned that it's hard to answer because it's vague. But I also don't think I was as high as I was now. Oh my god, quit minimizing, please. Uh what would you do about trust issues in a new relationship if your last boyfriend lied about a lot? Okay, so you're going to have trust issues from your last partner lying a lot, but I don't think that should be a standard. Like, I don't think you should just assume the new boyfriend or new partner is going to lie to you a lot. It may happen, but I don't think it's right to assume it's going to happen because it is somebody new. Can't judge the current on the actions of the past. However, I would also I would tell them earlier in the relationship, not like first date thing, but like maybe second or third. And it depends on how comfortable you feel around them. If but it is important to be like, "Hey, I don't want to rag on my ex-boyfriend or anything. I don't want to rag on my ex. I just want to let you know that I have trust issues due to excessive lying in the past. I'm going to do my best to work through that, but I wanted you to be aware this is a thing for it's a thing for me. At least that's how I would handle it. I can't give you the best answer. I don't know everything. Communication, please. Yeah, honestly, most relationship problems boil down to talk to each other like adults. Please. Does chemistry have to be right on the first date? And what if it's not? So I don't think chemistry has to be right. There are definitely situations where it the example that comes to my mind is like a couple introverts meet online and then they go have a first date at a restaurant and then they're just both like shy and awkward and not talking a lot, but they don't want to leave either. They want to be there, but it's not coming across with their body language. They're all closed up and scared. But then they get home and they start texting and it's like rapid fire conversations, just two people that need to get used to each other. You need a third wheel? Fuck no. No, don't take third wheels on your dates. Please, God. No, no. In that situation, you just need the courage at least once in the date. Hey, I'm sorry I'm so awkward. I really like you and I'm nervous. That's it. Unironically, people will see that as like adorable. You own you got to own what makes you insecure, and then people won't make fun of you for being that. And just kill the part of you that cringes, like everybody says, right? But yeah, chemistry does certainly help if you can just meet at you meet online, then you go to a date, and then that first date conversation is just rapid firing. You're fine. But that even then, that doesn't mean the relationship is going to be perfect. It just means you guys can communicate. Might not be perfect communication, but you can talk to each other. So yeah, it's I don't consider it to be a deal breaker. It would also depend on the follow-up conversations post date. If they just ghost you, then that's you just got to move on. I should step to this side a bit. Oh fuck. I opened Google Chrome. Do you think it's problematic when partners keep secrets? It depends on the secret. If it's a little secret, like a surprise, that you're not gonna tell her, or you're not gonna tell them about it yet. But it's going to be a little surprise gift. There's nothing wrong with that. But if it's something a little bigger, like cheating, yeah, that's a huge red flag. Just like you cheat on your partner, eventually it's going to come out. That's why I always tell my wife when I cheat on her. That's a joke. I don't cheat on her. We're open. It's consensual. She doesn't care. It would be cheating if I did it anyways and she didn't want me to. Uh, bu- 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 Hey, is it true you used to flirt with other people in your past relationships? Unironically, please, where'd you hear these? Where'd you hear this rumor? But no, I didn't flirt with other people in my past relationship. That it while I was in that relationship, I was fully monogamous with her. However, I flirt with people in my current relationship, but like we're open. The wife knows, she's cool with it. Is it minimized again? Oh my god. It keeps minimizing. But girl, I've never done it before, and I'm talking to this guy. Should I just lie and say I have so he doesn't use me? Uh, th- that that's a rough one. A, because I don't know all the info, and B, because both answers um have their own problems. Should you lie about not being a virgin? Well, then he might just assume you're easy and then pressure you more for it. If you tell him you are a virgin, he might see that as a challenge to be the first. And uh, personally, what I would do in that situation, I would say that I'm not, or that I am a virgin. I would be open about that. But I would I would tell him I want to wait. Not necessarily until marriage, but I would want to wait till I was sure with the person. I wouldn't want to just jump into it because so often people just want to smash and leave and then ghost and you never see them again. And if you're serious about such a person, you don't want that to happen. Which, yeah. Who does want to get used for that? I mean, there are. I know some people on Blue Sky that are like that. But the average person, treat them like people, unless they ask you to treat them a different way. In general, it's good to treat people like people. But yeah, if you also the lying about not being a virgin, that would also like if you are serious about them and you lie about that, it's a bad way to start your relationship off. You're starting it off with a rocky foundation. Honesty is the best policy, always. Honestly, it's just fucking way too hard to keep track of lie after lie. Hell, even just a few lies, trying to keep track of that? No thanks. You don't have to think about things when you're just honest about it. It's just kind of easy. Your opinion on no sex before marriage. Oh, this is a fun one. Okay, so I personally think have sex if you want to. You want to bang before marriage? Go for it. As long as you're not using people just for the sex, why not have sex? Some people have religious reasons, which I mean, I I'm not going to start an argument with religious people. It whatever you want to do, you. I think you all we know for 100%, we get this life. So enjoy it. You don't it doesn't mean be a dick to people. Thanks for popping in. It doesn't mean to be a dick to people just cuz it makes you feel better about yourself. You How many times have I lost my train of thought this stream? We should have like a counter where you guys chat. You can like do we'll make a counter so you guys can keep track and it'll be shown on screen or something. We'll brainstorm ideas. Um Sex before marriage. Have sex because it's fun. Don't use people. If you want to wait until after marriage, that is 100% your choice. I mean, my body, my choice, after all, right? I just personally think if you wait until marriage for sex, it it has a really high chance of building up the expectations that it might not live up to. Cause like sex is good, but it's honestly not as good as a lot of people hype it up to be. Because some people honestly overhype it. That, and nobody is good at sex the first time. Trust me, I've taken a lot of V cards. I'm just going to start re-recording so like I can add this because I want to touch on that. Do you think sexual compatibility is important? It plays a role. Absolutely plays a role. If your partner's not into the same stuff you are, it's going to cause friction in the relationship. You got to be able to talk with each other and be honest and open about what you want from your partner, from your relationship, physical, emotional. mental, whatever. But even if you are sexually incompatible, you can make it work. I will say this. The reason we're open, my relationship is open. The wife is asexual. I am very much not. I have needs. I've talked to her about this. She understands. We're open. We do still do stuff. Not going to go into details, but we're open. Since the question is sex before marriage came up. Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. Beast with two backs. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I did put the sexual themes on my Twitch for a reason. Kind of because I make a lot of jokes, but also because I knew I was going to be recording this segment. Are there any other questions that people would want to ask right now before I actually hit stop recording this time? Wait, I need to be standing over on this side. That's better, right? Chest, Y. Okay. God, I need that. I need that SlimeVR update. What the fuck? There was another window open right there. Sexual themes is more for actions, not words. Really? So I can just make dirty jokes and talk about sex ed on Twitch without having the sexual themes label? That's fucking awesome. Okay, so I can just take that off. I'm pretty sure I at least need to have the political label, right? Because I do talk about politics and people are bitch babies. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. I bet you're already a subscriber, huh? And I bet you already hit that like button, so I don't need to remind you. However, I am still going to thank all my beeps that support the channel through the membership. Thank y'all. You deserve that little kiss next to your name. If you're not subscribed, you really should. You get more stream segments like this, and I have video essays in the future.